the Destiny's Child Girls, Bootylicious. My guests of the day are on the phone.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Okay, my favorite band is, up to a lot of good during this self-isolation and quarantine time. I'm talking about the Yellow Diary. I have all the boys here with me on the telephone line because their Dhoondti Firaan, which is actually a wonderful sequel to Rab Rakha, which released a few weeks ago, is out, and it also features Akasa. What's up, you guys? How you doing?
What's up? Hey, Rishi, what's up?
Rajan, the reason that you decided on featuring Akasa, what I love about the track that is it's a very stripped down version of the original, which is Rab Rakha, and obviously Akasa brings her own unique stamp to it. But why Akasa in particular? It couldn't have been just as simple as you were band label mates, and that's why it happened. Why did you go with her particular voice texture, bro?
I think to begin with, Akasa, the best part about her voice, I mean, of course, the fact that her voice kind of stands out, but at the same time, it's very soothing to the ear. So that mix of both of those characters is I think it brought a new dimension to the song. And we've been fans of her voice since a while now, and we wanted to collaborate. And right now, Rab Rakha, we wanted to kind of bring that song out in another sort of context where we wanted people to understand that we wish that may God or whatever they believe in is protecting them. And the song needed to sound like that. And Akasa kind of brought that dimension to the song even more. So it was a perfect match for us to kind of collaborate with her at this time.
Himanshu, question for you, buddy. Given that most videos have been storyboarded, in fact, the last one was pretty spectacular in terms of the storyboarding of it. This one is you guys just in studio, hanging out, just catching you guys at work. Was that something you wanted to do? Because at the end of it, as a band, your recording process hasn't really been captured that much on camera, other than the odd Insta story. So talk to me about the video.
Yeah, actually, we really wanted to go down that route. I think one of the most important things about this song was the collaborative process, and I think every song we do is a collaborative process because we're a band essentially. Not only are we collaborating with each other, we're collaborating with people in the studio, and we're recording, we're having discussions between things like how do we do this, how do we do that. And I feel like since we've already shot the video for Rab Rakha and we've already presented like an angle and a story to that, now that we were doing this other version and we were collaborating with Akasa, we thought it would be nice to have the video kind of showcase like us just at work, how we do it, where we record, what it looks like when we discuss with each other, just some fun moments here and there. Just kind of keep it more organic, just show the process.
So, Vaibhav, is it as sweet and nice and organic as it is, or are we not seeing some of the fights that break out?
No, it is actually, because I think whenever we are in the room, whenever we are working with each other, there is an element of trust and respect amongst all of us, and it was very interesting to extend that to someone as wonderfully talented as Akasa. So it was actually the first time that we collaborated with someone, and it was just so much fun as always.
Stuart, got a question for you, buddy. I know you're normally a bass player, but what about playing? Is it the upright bass? But for a moment I thought it was the cello, because you've actually got the bow out. So I want you to kind of explain what you're playing in this particular song and the video, of course.
Yeah, the instant Vaibhav suggested that we have an acoustic sort of arrangement for this, he mentioned that I should play upright bass, and something that I've been doing I did it initially when I started out, as in I wanted to study it a little bit and see if it would be a part of my repertoire. But then it's such an impractical instrument because it's 6 feet tall, and then you have to carry it everywhere. So then the hopes and dreams of becoming an upright bass player kind of died with the impracticality of it. And then as the opportunity arose, I decided to jump on it because it's something that I have studied. It took a while to get back into practice though, but what you're confusing with the cello is actually the bowing technique. So I think all stringed instruments are for the orchestral nature in a classical sense in a bowed. They're bowed. So I've done a combination of those two things. I've done a bit of pizzicato and a bit of legato bowing. Yeah, it's definitely an upright bass and not a cello.
It's called a musical ignoramus question, but then I'm supposed to represent the non-musician point of view, so it's perfectly understandable. The band that calls itself the Yellow Diary. More conversation with them up ahead. I'm sure the boys will enjoy this one. It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Dark Necessities. I'm Hrishi K. Katy Perry's song Holly's in Hawaii, the one she broke just before her India tour. The band Yellow Diary are on the phone with me. I have a lot of regard for Rajan Batra, Himanshu Parekh, Sahil Shah, Vaibhav Pani and Stuart DeCosta. More conversation.
94.3
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Sahil, you guys filmed in Yashraj as well as Island City.
Yeah,
I take it that you're really comfortable in those two spaces. Do you record often there? Or, you guys seem so much at home, Sahil.
Yeah, at the Yashraj Studios, and the second one is Afa. We did it at Island City, and we are kind of comfortable, working at both those places. The best part about doing our stuff at those studios is just the team that they have at those places. I mean, at the Yashraj Studio, we have Shantanu sir, who is a genius, and he really helped us get our sound right for this song. And especially we feel trying to track drums in a big room like the one that they have at the Yashraj Studios is really adds a lot to our sound as well. So yeah, to answer the question, yeah, we are really comfortable with the team that's there at the Yashraj and also of course at the Island City Studio.
The Shantanu that Sahil is talking about is Shantanu Hudlikar. Shantanu Hudlikar is really one of the legends in the business as far as recording engineers are concerned. Okay, Rajan, it's not easy for a girl to come into a testosterone-filled room surrounded by so many boys. So is Akasa really one of the boys easy to get along with? I could have asked you that question if one of you went and performed with an all-girls band. But, here it's the other way around. So Akasa hanging with you guys, are you guys friends from before? Have you jammed before? Or was this one of those few times?
To be specific, I knew we got signed by Sony, and during the time we were in the signing process, Akasa would there were so many queries we would have, and I would go and ask Akasa because he became a good friend, and we used to go to the same gym back in the day, and that's where I got to know her, and she's been a friend since then. And I think musically we've only gotten more tighter in terms of our friendship because she is a phenomenal singer, she's a phenomenal musician, and she likes the kind of stuff we do as well. And there's like a nice sort of an appreciation for both sides, and that has been I think there was this idea of a collaboration with her which was always there. We always kind of had it at the back of the head that we could totally collaborate at some point in our careers, and yeah, Ravraka really felt right for that.
Himanshu, what I really like is that while Rajan is singing, Akasa is doing the harmonies, vice versa. When Akasa is singing, Rajan's doing that. Was that an idea that you were synonymous with, all of you, or did one person suggest that? And part B to that question is, are there any change in lyrics? Actually, that's something that Rajan should have answered, but I leave you to answer it. Are there any change in the lyrics from Rabraka to Dhoondti Firaan?
As far as the lyric changes go, I think it's just a gender change when Akasa is singing it. So it's just the feminine essentially. Otherwise, the meaning and the words essentially are the same. And about the harmony stuff, yeah, it was basically the way it's treated. If you feel it is when her lead vocal is on, you will hear some counters of Rajan in the back, and when his vocal is Akasa far in the back, kind of worked out. The idea was to kind of keep when she's singing, it's to keep her vocal in the front because it's showing that as a lead vocal. But it's, at the same time, I didn't want to lose Rajan's voice completely. I wanted to have him being a presence throughout, whether he was singing a lead vocal there or not. And the same with when he sings in the verse, the bridge, the lead vocal. I wanted her vocal to kind of be there also. So she's kind of doing these runs in the back. So it kind of feels like they are both present throughout the song, rather than someone just stepping in at some point and stepping out. Kind of the whole band is involved the entire time.
Yeah, I can really feel that involvement. Exciting times, even in lockdown for the band The Yellow Diary. They're talking to me about their just released melodic track Dhoondti Firaan and a whole lot more. Let's do some JT, Justin Timberlake along with Za. It's The Other Side, only on 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. My name is Hrishi K. Kylie Minogue turning up the heat with Can't Get You Out of My Head. It's the COVID-19 lockdown interview with one of Asia's foremost bands in the mold of Strings, Junoon, Euphoria, Come The Yellow Diary. If you haven't heard their EPs Marz and Izafa, it's about time you did. We're talking about new music from them and of course now their time in isolation.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
It's not easy for artists like us who normally, hang in studios, spend a lot of time in studios. So I'm going to ask all of you, each one of you, to talk to me about your time in self-isolation. Vaibhav, how does it happen with you? Do you just flow when you get up in the morning, or do you have an Excel sheet, a timetable saying, I'm going to work on some music? How is the work from home experience going? Let's start with you, Vaibhav.
Yeah, so for me, the only difference that has honestly been is that earlier I used to work out of my studio. Right now I'm working from my living room. That is the main difference difference. And obviously, you need to keep yourself motivated throughout the process. I think that is the most challenging thing, and bringing in that discipline kind of also ends up helping you through positive, and also a greater number of house chores as well to do, which keeps me and my wife busy through the day. So I think it is a difficult time for all of us, but it's something that once it's behind us, we are going to remember this for the rest of our life.
Sahil, how's the working from home experience going? Bud, do you have your kit and you have your house kitted out, or are you just giving yourself a break from music, household chores, all of that? Your work from home experience?
Yeah, I mean, I've been helping a lot at home with just cleaning up and washing, like that takes up some part of my day. And I have been kind of confused about how to spend the time. Like, should I spend it practicing drums, or shall I work on my production jobs and try to learn that aspect? So yeah, I've been just trying to battle this confusion out. So what ends up happening is that I end up watching a lot of shows on Netflix instead of doing any of that. I feel that question I've been seeing a lot of action films and a lot of horror films. I know I should do it while I watch those films, and I feel guilty about not practicing and not working on any of those things. So I hopefully consolidate my thoughts and do something more.
It's the last day of the quarantine, and I'll suddenly I'm a producer now.
But really, I mean, I feel that it's perfectly all right to stare at the ceiling and watch some OTT shows. I mean, why should we always be in work mode? So, Stuart, how's it going, man? Lots of video calls with friends, family, phone calls, or do you get some time with your music, or is it just sacking out on the couch and watching some TV? How's your work from home experience?
Well, I had quite an ordeal this morning actually. So my air conditioner stopped working. And and so I went into full YouTube, let me fix it myself mode, because I tried calling everybody and no one's willing to come out, right? And rightly so, they shouldn't. It's safer if they don't. So I ended up fixing my air conditioner. I was covered in 3 layers of soot, but I managed, and now I'm gloating about it to everyone. Well done, bro. Thanks, man. I'm feeling really cool right now.
Well, you know what they say about the music. There's always got to be a plan B. So now we know.
Apart from that, I've been playing bass and chilling out.
Good. A last leg of chat with the Yellow Diary up ahead. Don't go anywhere. I'm Hrishi K. And it's time I slipped in some Nickelback and Far Away. Enjoy this one. Giving us the calypso flavor are Luis Fonsi and Stefflon Don. On vocals, it's Rajan Batra, who's also the lyricist of the band. On music production, keys and backing vocals, Himanshu Parekh. On drums, Sahil Shah. On the upright bass, Stuart DeCosta. And on guitars, Vaibhav Pani. They're the band The Yellow Diary. Talking to me about their new track, which is a collaboration with lady vocalist Akasa. A last leg of chat.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Himanshu, I leave you to tell us about your work from home experience. How's the music production at home going?
Yeah, so I think I'm fortunate because I've set up my studio at home itself. So that way, I don't have to leave home to produce music. So I can stay close to my gear and stay in the studio and do a lot of production work. But obviously, a lot of time also goes in doing some house chores, and I'm super missing being on stage, meeting these boys, because it's really hard to make music in a band without the band around you. So I think that's the biggest bummer. But when managing the production, been watching a lot of Netflix and playing a lot of PS, and just waiting it out essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that you guys just came out of a fabulous tour and had some great full houses, sold out concerts, and straight from there into this isolation and quarantine couldn't have been easy. Rajan Batra, how's the Veera Desai Road life doing with you, buddy? How's the working from home going?
When you were getting into the quarantine, I felt like I was so on for this, and I was disciplined, and I was very sure of whatever I'm going to do. 2 days later, I am struggling with what to write and what to think about and what to compose. So the next thing I do is I call up mom, and I was asking her about what more I can cook, because you have to start eating something else apart from the basic mueslis and the packed food that I've got. So then today I think I'm feeling like I've become a Michelin chef by my own standards. By my own standards, I've learned to cook some stuff to survive, I guess. But every now and then my mom schools me about how it doesn't look right. So the struggle is a little different here, I guess. I mean, I'm really proud of the other boys voice that they've still like tried to stick to making music or practicing of some sort. I, on the other hand, am busy cleaning the house. Jhadu and pocha take most of the time in the day, and then the rest of it goes into cooking because I am really shabby with it.
Who knows what creativity and writing will come out, or what poetry will come out of those taluing sabzis, buddy. So keep at it.
You never know if I come out with like a jingle for one of these restaurants right after this.
Okay, go check it out. YouTube it. It is The Yellow Diary with Dhoondti Firaan featuring Akasa. Now, this is an absolute first. I don't think you've ever done this before. But a couple of lines on the phone, yo. Come on, Rajan. Let's go.
ढूंढता फिरा नी मैं भागता फिरा मैं नैया बेपरवाह बस खुद ही मेरी ढूंढता फिरा नी मैं सारे आता रब रखा बिसारियां दा रब रखा
Thank you.
Well, as a radio presenter, I'm guilty of making you sing in all kinds of places, whether it's in the foyer of the Fever FM Nasha Radio 1 space or in studio. And now we've got the telephone. Thanks very much. Listen, Rajan, Sahil, Vaibhav, Himanshu and Stuart, I wish for you as well as your entire extended friends and family lots of love and safety, and see you after the lockdown. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye, man. See you.
Thank you.
Bye, Rishi. Take care.
You're a Marshmallow and Anne-Marie with friends. My name is Hrishi K.